So when should someone start drawing down their super? And once again, we always like to start with context whenever we get a tactical question like this. So for the context, we just say, well, what's your plan? When are you going to retire? And then a plan is always where you're now, assets, liabilities, income, expenditure. What are your goals? When are you going to retire? How much are you going to need? What other sources of income, etc. you're going to have? And then strategies and tactics. So this question is a tactical question. When should I start drawing money down on super? So big picture, it largely depends. You have to be retired unless you're over 65. So the rules for release of your super to start drawing down. Firstly, you've got to be 60 and employment circumstances change, or you've got to be 65 and retired, 60 and retired, or 65, full stop. So if you get to 65, you can start drawing down your super. If you get to 60 and you retire, you can draw down your super. If you get to 60 and you change jobs, you can draw down your super. So when should you do it? And it's basically when you need it. So if you have other income sources, you're probably going to draw them first. And this is partly because super is tax-free up to $2 million pension limit. Account-based pension, you can have up to $2 million worth. Because that's a scarce resource, you don't want to diminish your super any quicker than you need to. So if you've got other assets outside of super that you've built up, you'll probably draw them down first or in parallel. I'll give you an example. To kick into an account-based pension at whatever age and whatever stage you've met, at that point you have to take a minimum amount. At 60 it's 4%, at 65 it's 5%, and it goes up as you get older. So you would take the minimum. Now you could take more if that was your only source and that's what you needed, and if that's what the plan had sort of worked out, but you'd probably just take the minimum if you had other source of pension. Once again, do the planning, then do the work, do the maths, and consider tax. So the framework for us is always, let's look at the big picture context, then do the work. So compare different scenarios, make sure we save as much tax over a lifetime as possible, and only then can we get specific about when you should. We know when you can, but just because you should doesn't mean, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And hopefully that helps answer that one.